Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. Now, that was the Old Testament talking about the covenant, because we know the first covenant was with the Israelites, okay? But he said in verse 31, I'll make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. But maybe that changed somewhere down the line. So let's go to the New Testament and see what that says. We're going to look at Hebrews 8, verses 8 through 10. Verse 8, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. Now, based on the scriptures, that's the same exact thing that was in the Old Testament. So when did it change? When did the covenant start including everybody? Where in the scripture does it say that? The scripture is very clear. It says, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, the Israelites, and the house of Judah, the Israelites. So according to these scriptures and Romans 9 and 4, the covenants, plural, meaning the old and new covenant, belongs to the Israelites. That's plain. All right, let's go back to Romans 9 and 4. It says, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law. All right. What is the giving of the law? The giving of the law refers to the Most High giving his law to the Israelites. He never gave his law to any other people except the Israelites. Let's prove it. We're going to look at Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. How do you get around that? Look at verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Why don't the other nations know the judgments of the Most High? Because verse 19 says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel, the Israelites. So Israel was given the law to follow and obey, not the other nations. Don't you know that the law was given to Israel or given to us to set us apart and make us wiser than the other nations? Let's look at this in Deuteronomy 4, verse 5 through 8. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Look at verse 6. Keep therefore and do them. What? Do what? The statutes and the judgments. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. And then Moses asked the Israelites a question. This is what he said in verse 7. For what nation is there so great? Who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? Verse 8. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? You see, that's why everything is screwed up right now, because the Most High gave us the law, Israel, the law, to make us wise and to stand out amongst the nations. But these church preachers is teaching our people not to worry about the law, when the scripture says in Romans 9:4 that the giving of the law pertains to the Israelites. Ridiculous. Let's finish Romans 9:4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God. What is the service of the Most High? The service of the Most High was originally a reference to a job that the Levites had. That's Numbers 1, verses 50 through 53. Verse 50, it says, But thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle. This is talking about the Levites. Verse 51. And when the tabernacle setteth forth, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Verse 52. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard, throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. See, the Levites are Israelites, and they did the service of the Most High. No other nation was ever allowed to do the service of the Most High. Now that the temple is destroyed, the priesthood has moved on to Yahushua, whom some of you call Jesus Christ. He's our high priest now. But we also have priests on earth that are Israelites. Let's look at it. Hebrews 8, 1 and 2. Verse 1. Now of the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such an high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens, a minister of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man. So we see that Christ is our high priest, and through him, Israel has become the chosen priest of the Most High. That's in 1 Peter 2 and 9. It says, But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So Israel is now the royal priesthood. Israelites. Therefore, the other nations don't have the assignment or the authority to do the service of the Most High. This service, according to Romans 9 and 4, pertains to the Israelites. That's what the book says. Now let's go back to Romans 9 and 4 and finish it out. We're going to stop right here for now. Please click on part 3 and we'll pick up where we left off.